Imagine for just a moment that everything you know, your memories, your relationships, the world you wake up in every day, might not be entirely real. Not fake, not imaginary, but constructed, rendered, calculated. What if your senses are interpreting something that was never naturally created but programmed? Welcome to Explainified. And today we are going to talk about the simulation theory. The idea that our universe might be nothing more than an incredibly advanced illusion. Not a fantasy, not a conspiracy, but a hypothesis taken seriously by physicists, philosophers, and even billionaires shaping our future. Elon Musk once said that the odds we're living in base reality, the original universe, are 1 in billions. And today we're diving deep into what the simulation theory really means, the evidence behind it, the strange clues hidden in physics, and why so many experts believe we might be living inside a cosmic computer. By the end of this video, you may never look at reality the same way again. The simulation theory begins with a surprisingly simple question. What is reality made of? For thousands of years, philosophers believed matter was the foundation of everything. Then physics came along and shattered that idea. Modern science revealed that matter is mostly empty space, held together by invisible forces. Electrons don't orbit like planets. They flicker in clouds of probabilities. And everything you see, hear, and touch is interpreted by an organ inside your skull that never actually receives the real world. Only electrical signals. This alone is unsettling. Your brain has never truly experienced reality directly. It has only ever experienced its interpretation of reality. But simulation theory goes further. It suggests the universe itself operates on rules so precise, so mathematical, and so structured that it resembles a designed system, a program, a simulation. The idea became famous when philosopher Nick Bostrom proposed a mind-bending argument. He suggested that if civilizations survive long enough, they eventually gain the ability to simulate entire universes, with conscious beings inside them. Not cartoon characters, not NPCs, but fully sentient minds like you and me. And if such simulations ever exist, they wouldn't just create one. They could create millions, billions, entire realities stacked on realities. So statistically, if even one advanced civilization in the entire universe creates simulated worlds, then most conscious beings wouldn't live in the original universe at all. They would live in one of the simulations. I remember this one clip of Elon Musk telling his reason to why he thought there was a big chance of us being in the simulation, because the Futher technology was so powerful. Musk argued that video games 40 years ago were simple pixels and squares. Pong, primitive graphics, just dots on screens. Now we have hyper-realistic 3D worlds, virtual reality, AI-generated landscapes, and physics engines almost indistinguishable from real life. If human progress continues, Musk says, it becomes almost impossible to imagine a future where simulations won't be indistinguishable from reality. From Elon Musk's point of view, he is confident that we are living in a simulation because of the rapid increase of the human technology. Me personally, I believe that we are in the present timeline and that we are the so-called real world. I don't know how to prove it, but my gut tells me so, but I also understand what Elon is trying to say. If you really think about it, the theory he mentioned isn't too unbelievable. And if they can exist, why assume we're the first generation in the first universe, instead of one of countless simulated ones? Let's look at physics for clues, because this is where things get disturbingly interesting. First, the universe has a maximum speed, the speed of light. Nothing can exceed it. Why would a natural universe have a built-in speed limit? Some scientists compare it to how computer systems limit how fast information can travel through a processor. A maximum bandwidth, a cosmic cap. Then there's quantum mechanics. One of the strangest discoveries in all of science is that particles only take on a definite state when they are observed. Until then, they exist in a superposition, multiple states at once. like a file being rendered only when opened. When you're not looking, the universe behaves like probability. When you look, it behaves like structure. Some physicists have compared this to video games, where the environment only fully renders when the player turns their camera toward it, a way to save memory and processing power. Another potential clue comes from Planck length, the smallest possible unit of space. It behaves like a pixel in the fabric of reality. You cannot go smaller. It is the universe's minimum resolution. The same applies to time. It moves in discrete increments like individual frames in a simulation. Even cosmic background radiation, the afterglow of the Big Bang, shows patterns that resemble digital error correction code, a type of mathematical structure used in computers to prevent data corruption. It's as if the universe has debugging tools built into it. Then we have mathematics itself. The universe seems to follow mathematical rules everywhere. Gravity, electromagnetism, quantum interactions, orbital mechanics. The consistency is so extreme that many scientists describe the universe not as built on math, but made of math. It behaves like a system governed by logical code. But perhaps the strangest part of all is consciousness. We still don't know what it is. We don't know how electrical impulses turn into subjective experience, into emotion, into awareness. Some researchers believe consciousness may be a fundamental part of the universe's programming, or even evidence of a system that renders reality for an observer. If the simulation theory is true, then we must consider the creators. Who would build such a world? One possibility is that the creators are our distant descendants, running ancestor simulations to study their past. Another is that they are an alien civilization with unimaginable technology. And then there's the possibility that the entire simulation is automated, created by something beyond comprehension, like a form of intelligence that doesn't resemble life as we know it. There's also an unsettling question. Has the simulation ever glitched? People point to déjà vu, Mandela effects, unexplainable coincidences, and near-death experiences as potential signs of system resets or rendering faults. While not scientific proof, they fuel the imagination. But perhaps the scariest part of all is this. If the simulation is designed to be undetectable, then every attempt to prove it could be futile. A perfect simulation hides itself. A perfect simulation won't allow you to see the edges. However, some scientists believe future particle accelerators or deep space observations might reveal hints of a computational structure beneath reality. They hope to find limits in the universe's resolution, evidence of digital space-time, or anomalies that suggest artificial design. But there's one more twist. If we ever do prove we're in a simulation, the creators might shut it down. Some experts worry that discovering the truth could be the one scenario the simulation isn't designed to handle. If it has a purpose, whether scientific, observational, or something else, then completing that purpose might end the experiment. Whether that's true or not, one thing remains clear. The simulation theory forces us to rethink everything. It challenges what we call real, what we call possible, and what we call meaningful. And maybe, but just maybe, the universe behaves strangely because it isn't a universe at all. It's a system, a design, a simulation. If we are living in a simulation, it doesn't make our experiences less real. Your emotions are real. Your memories are real. Your relationships are real. Consciousness is what defines reality, not the material underneath it. But the idea that everything we know could be part of something larger, something designed, is both terrifying and inspiring. If you want more deep dives into science, mysteries, and the nature of existence, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and tap the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and stay curious.